midnight. Yo, we got him, yo.
We got him, yo.
Yo, we got him. Yeah, man. Just pull the rope on the guillotine, midnight.
Oh, man.
Let's take it right now, man.
So the darkness, what
Do it up right now.
Hench, yo, we still here.
Council with etheric elders in the waters of noon. Reclined on the sun with my foot on the moon. Watching goddess on earth act like witches on brooms. Sipping milk and the honeydew and triple black boom. Touchdown, not subordinate but God sent. I'm the red and blue of Superman and Clark Kent. From beyond the sun to earth, Moabite marksman. Tongue double-edged scimitar, stay sharpened. Flag in the earth first, set up the post. Sea is the land, now the flag's in the boat. Back on the land, follow tears, the trail never ends. Albion Inquisitionists murdered my friends. Stole our culture, sell it to us as trends. Negro, blacks and colors, stay out the culture blend. Touch your hair, tell you the style they liking. But jack your energy, hair on their neck back spiking. Off the heat of the devil, walking rebel. Why run when police come? Swinging his billy club, drunk off Seagrams. Invisible candle magic, suspect they see none. Pull torts, have them arrested for treason and under. I want bar numbers, put a lien on a straw man that's breaching his oath. Call Orishas, tell Ola Coon, go for his throat. Pickaxe a cow tongue on parchment paper, sprinkle clothes. Put a hex on the MC, drought your flows. Take the water from your floor like doctors draining knees. Cause you use ankle weights, bones soft like cheese. Fart stink niggas eating things that's deceased. More rotten than the plan, the clan's plotting on me. Why? Knowledge as a money has me a millionaire. Giving knowledge away like I don't care. Christians tell me find Jesus before judgment comes. He's on the corner selling crack and killing his sons. Zombie brainwashed blacks are still blaming the guns. Point out Catholic priests, man, I'm blaming the nuns. Who killed Tate and Toba Chung? I'm blaming the streets. Who killed Prophet Drew Ali? I'm blaming a breach. Same for General Khalid and El Hajj Malik. Or killed cause nationality was in their speech. Things to make you go and thought to art. Happy-go-lucky rappers fall past naught. In infinite debts, might as well hold your breath. And let's see how far this rabbit hole goes to the left. I broke out the chamber, Allah's come in danger. I self-law a master coming with my angels. Iron Sheik, El Immaculate without the manger. Alpha Hexin, rap boule strangers. Broke out the chamber, Allah's come in danger. I self-law a master coming with my angels. Iron Sheik, El Immaculate without the manger. Alpha Hexin, rap boule strangers. With cell phones, big brother is closer than steps. Most flush less but inhale chem streams from jets. Even this god used to binge drink. Schlitz, not Becks, never braids, but waves and cameos without the step. No dye, never had slits in the brows of the eye. I got conscious, no arrogance or acting obnoxious. 144,000, I'm saying less than that. With all these zombies with big ass shades and big ass hats. Dressing like Lil Wayne, man, just baggy as slacks. Finger a dyke in the shotgun, then crabby a gats. She goes down for prostitution.
Like the young queen, Soraya said.
So queen means a worthless woman. You still want to be a queen?
Finding grand, you for possession and for not washing your hands. It's still love, truth, peace, but put down the peace. Why we don't need them when we got justice and freedom? Your mind's a mess, trust me, I think you're possessed. Let me unhex you with a mudra of Baphomet, and that won't work unless you know being supreme. No chest has the Solomon crest. Always frontin' warm in the Averex. My lowest form of thought is your apex. Iron Sheik X from the Mosque of Malcolm. Devils see me and get white without the powder talcum. Raise my sword, keep swinging, no meaning. Flow deep, call me Aquamarine Men. Raising the lost city of Atlantis. When I speak as pictures, I'm painting on your mental canvas. I broke out the chamber, Allah's come in danger. I self-law a master coming with my angels. Iron Sheik, El Immaculate without the manger. Alpha Hexin, rap boule strangers. Broke out the chamber, Allah's come in danger. I self-law a master coming with my angels. Iron Sheik, El Immaculate without the manger. Alpha Hexin, rap boule strangers.
because the morals are the reasons I started even making YouTube videos.
My name is Javen Bullets, and do my ears deceive me? But before we get into that, I would like to do one thing, Canaanland more. I would like to thank you for just keeping it 100, that I've been destroying malls all day, all night. And I destroyed Lord Ava. Thank you for keeping it 100. But I gotta get you though. Like the young queen, Soraya said.
So queen means a worthless woman. You still want to be a queen?
Like the young queen, Soraya said.
It means a worthless woman. It's a woman, a common woman, a queen, a prating woman, a barren cow, a bakoof, a harlot. Harlots are for the most part barren. A whore, a drab, a jade, a nasty slut.
Like the young queen, Soraya said.
When we refer to queen as a sax, a harlot, a little whore, a harlot, you know, a prostitute. You're like, what? Okay. A drab it could be a cloth, or it could be a whore, a dirty slut. That's what draft means. Okay. We talk about jade, a forfeit whore, which will not go without much purring. Without much purring. She will not go without much purring. I'm gonna let y'all meditate on that.
Like the young queen, Soraya said.
Alpho, a fory babe, a woman, a lewd wench, a strumpet. What is a wench? A wench is a woman, a girl, a toot. La cornful name for a girl or a maid, a crack whore.
Like the young queen, Soraya said.
Baby, I can't make this up. It literally says this. What is a whore? A hired woman or one who prostitutes herself for the hire. An inconfident woman. A prostitute.
Like the young queen, Soraya said.
To whore is to hire a woman to lie with one, to be guilty of whoredom, either man or woman. Whoredom is the act of incontinency. Incontinency, not abstaining from unlawful device. Oh, you thought I was talking about you go to the bathroom? No. It's not abstaining from unlawful device. Lustful inclinations. Intemperance. Study etymology. Study etymology. Know what's going down, baby. Know what you mean when you say what you said. Okay, here's another definition. Same book. Queen, the wife or comfort of a king. Or a sovereign prince that holds the crown by right of blood.
Like the young queen, Soraya said. She told me to get you, so I gotta get you. So here we go. Canaanland Mall. Did we just hear you say that you have a passport, a driver's license, a birth certificate, and what else you said you had?
Red flag. The line that says signature, I have all rights reserved, and then I have the straw signature over that, because I know how to live within contracts.
So I want to let y'all know how to protect yourselves when signing documentations and legal agreements, whether it's for general services or for whatever it is. Anytime you sign your signature, or I'm sorry, the correct terminology is autograph. Anytime you, as a live, natural, flesh and blood human being, signs your signature on a dotted line, your autograph on a dotted line, you must reserve your rights and protect your rights.
All the matter of fact, let's just go like this. Did I hear you say you have all the stuff that you said makes everybody else a slave?
The line that says signature, I have all rights reserved, and then I have the straw signature over that, because I know how to live within contracts.
I want to let y'all know how to protect yourselves when signing documentations and legal agreements, whether it's for general services or for whatever it is. Anytime you sign your signature, or I'm sorry, the correct terminology is autograph. Anytime you, as a live, natural, flesh and blood human being, signs your signature on a dotted line, your autograph on a dotted line, you must reserve your rights and protect your rights.
The line that says signature, I have all rights reserved, and then I have the straw signature over that, because I know how to live within contracts.
What happened, Mo? What happened? Why are you on YouTube all day, all night, telling people if they call themselves black, if they have licenses, or they have license plates, or they have passports that were issued by the government, they are slaves? They need to claim their Moorish nationality, and they can use the ID cards that you and your people sell and you be promoting, and they can use the passports that you and your people sell and y'all be promoting. Why you ain't using it?
Islam, we're here. 27 letters challenge, accepted and boss it up. Big up to the God, Lonray Obey, for doing the work that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Inspiring people to assist others. You know what I mean? We gotta make sure that we put out the non-tax receipt once again, so people can stop bickering and saying that Moors gotta pay tax. So there we go. Tax exemption applied. 222141 895. There's all the stuff. There's all the letters right there. All right. And we'll just go down to the end. 3865. PST, GST, HST, 000 3865. Alright? So we don't want to hear no more about Moors and taxes and crap like that. As an indigenous way of life, we have a certain religious right to take care of our children how we seem suitable for them.
This is a divine group of beings. Indigenous, Moorish, American, natural beings. That's who we are.
So this was the claim of right that I sent to the Ministry of Transportation, which is the department that used to deal with giving out the licenses and stuff. The Minister of Transportation, who is Kathleen Wynne, who is now the Premier of Ontario, right? So she, left her Minister of Transportation job because, the Moors used to bombard her with stuff. So she's like, forget this, I'm running for a different position, so I don't have to deal with these people, right? And the MP, which is the Member of Parliament for the area where I domicile, right? So, and this was a writ of dissolution. So this was when, after traveling, after driving on suspended license, suspended plates, no insurance and all that type of stuff, and, never getting stopped or whatever, figure I don't need their stuff, so I'm gonna give all their stuff back. So what I did is wrote a writ of dissolution, right, to dissolve license, plates, ownership, whatever, put it in the envelope with this writ and send them, because, you know, I'm about to do the right to travel. We got the authentication, like the government recognizes this, you know what I mean? Who we think, you know, is the government, you know, even though, you know, it wasn't really sunk in yet that they're the corporation or whatever, you know, we're still looking at them as, you know, government recognized, whatever, right? So, so writ of dissolution. Good day. I am Cujo Adwell, ex-relation Straw, queer persona, not pro se, sui juris, in full life, non-resident alien, domiciled in Scarborough Territory, Ontario, Canada, Republic. Not a corporation or legal fiction created by the Crown of Canada, and not cognate nor related to any nom de guerre, nor to any other fictional entity or cardholder created under color, fraud, and misrepresentation by the unclean hands of others through artificial legal construct, man, nor man of straw, written, typed, photocopied, misrepresented, or deceptively scribed in all capital letters. Notice is hereby given in accordance with the provisions that the partnership heretofore existing between Straw under license plate number ATCB 866 issued by the Ministry of Transportation and Cujo Adwell under the fictitious clouding of allodial title for Hunter Green 1995 Nissan Maxima through vehicle ownership is now dissolved by mutual consent. That Straw of the City of Toronto, Province of Ontario, is withdrawn from and is no longer associated in the conducting of said business, and Cujo Adwell of Scarborough County, Ontario Territory, Canada Republic, will conduct said business as exercise of constitutional rights hereafter, and is entitled to all property under straw name under a claim of right as required by Section 39 of the Criminal Code of Canada. Right? Let me just get that to class so you could see why the language. So this is when we were, you know, trying this here, we got the Code of Canada book and all this type of stuff, you know, because we say, you know, the law. We're going to use the law. Right? So Section 39, defense with claim of right. Everyone who is in peaceable possession of personal property under a claim of right, and everyone acting under his authority, is protected from criminal responsibility for defending that possession, even against a person entitled by law to the possession of it, if he uses no more force than is necessary. Defense without claim of right. Everyone who is in peaceable possession of personal property but does not claim it as a right, or does not act under the authority of a person who claimed it as a right, is not justified in protecting from criminal responsibility for defending his possession against a person who is entitled to law of possessing. So that's where we got the concept of claim of right and using that on our documents, because claim of right, and then somebody tries to violate you, then you have a right to defend your claim of right according to, you know, laws in Canada. So we're like, all right, cool, this is perfect. You know what I mean? This is perfect.
First off, let me say this again. So all you silly people letting a nigga sitting in Canada tell you what you need and what you don't need to live your life in America. That's fail number one. Fail number two, the nigga comes from Canada using a passport and ID that he tells you that you don't need. He uses that to come from Canada into America, and comes into America, comes into your cities, does events that you pay him to come speak at, to tell you how you don't need none of that stuff. But he's using that same stuff he's telling you you don't need to get to America to talk to you.
Because I know how to live within contracts.
How stupid do you feel now? How stupid do y'all feel? And you said you wanted to debate me on 6th Dynasty We can debate on Sixth Dynasty anytime you want. Matter of fact, anytime Amadi is ready, because that's his channel. About this clip right here. That's what we're gonna debate about. If you want to debate me, I want to debate about this, nothing else. Why do you have a passport and you constantly tell people they don't need no passport? They can get a world passport, which they can buy from you and your homies.
Red flag.
So, so after I sent them their stuff, you know what I mean? Sent them their stuff back. You know, it was time to get down with letting them know of, you know, our position. So after that, prepared a document called Notice and Demand. Okay, so this is after they after I gave back all the stuff, because I realized, you know, I'm not going to be using you guys' stuff ever again. I'm never ever going to get a license ever again. I'm never ever going to register anything with these people as far as any of my property, right? And I'm never ever going to use their so-called plates ever again. So, you know, it's a thing out here that, you know, if you have a plate and you sell your car or whatever like that, you can keep the plate and then, you know, just put it on the new car that you get. Keep the plate, sell that one, then put it on a new car. I'm like, forget it, I'm not even using these guys' stuff anymore. Forget these guys, right? So did a notice and demand, and then notice and demand was sent to Assistant Commissioner Mike McDonald for the RCMP. So out here, the jurisdiction of the highwaymen is you have the federal, which is the RCMP. You have the provincial or the state, which is the OPP, and then you have the municipal, which is Toronto Police, the regular beat cops or whatever, right? So OPP commissioner got hit up, Toronto chief got hit up, and RCMP got hit up, right? Enclosed, right to travel affidavit. Greetings, honorable person. This is a notice and demand of my common law Aboriginal and Indigenous right to travel, which certifies that I, Kudra Adwell, have not, will not waive my Aboriginal and Indigenous birthrights as upheld in the United Nations Declaration for the Rights of Indigenous People and the United States Republic Constitution. Through the Regency of the Moorish Science Temple of America and Moorish Holy Temple of Science of the world, and exercise our autonomous right to the lands, territories, and resources which they have traditionally owned, occupied, or otherwise used or acquired, the right to use, develop, and control the lands, the right to self-determination, and state shall consult and cooperate in good faith with the indigenous peoples concerned, through their own representative institution in order to obtain their free prior informed consent before adopting and implementing legislative or administrative measures that may affect them as expressed in the United Nations Declaration of Indigenous Rights. The intent and nature of these documents are of the highest honor and principle, and they derive from the pure hearts and minds of the Moorish American people, having formed themselves into a clean and pure nation. Our Messiah and firstborn Moorish American patriot, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, instructed us to go to those who know law in City Hall and in the officials in government and ask them in an intelligent tone, and they will be glad to give you a favorable reply. Drew Ali further stated, I am certain the present administration will be happy to help us to bring our people out of the darkness into marvelous light. We do ask for your help civilly, partial, and politically to peacefully aid us to bring into fruition the attached declaration and proclamation. Our principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice are the foundation of our considerable request in this correspondence. The return of the ancient ones, Moors in North America, is a prophecy at last being fulfilled in these last days after much delay. Our functioning as a Moorish divine and national movement in North America is impossible to compare to religious affiliations, church, or groups with sectarian beliefs. The old-time spiritual conviction of the Moors is the world's first creed of the salvation of mankind on earth. Our existence as Moors in North America is owed to our ancient foremothers and forefathers, that brought to the world the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and adorn our national flag and sanctify our divine constitution. Our Messiah and Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught us that this is a new era of time now, and every nation must return to their own vine and fig tree, and every tongue must confess their own. This is the same message given to the masses during the inauguration of the current President of the United States of America, who I must add, made Canada his first international visit when he became president. We humbly ask you to send us an immediate acknowledgement of these documents, as failure to register a dispute against the claims made herein will result in an automatic default judgment and permanent and irrevocable estoppel by acquiescence, barring the bringing of charges under any statute or act against this free Moorish American son of a widow, Kudjo Adwell, and members of the Moorish Science Temple, Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Number 5. This notice must be responded to by counter affidavit within 15 days, or it will stand as undisputed fact as a matter of law. Thank you for honoring your post by honoring and respecting autochthonous Aboriginal birthrights that grants you your post. Divine Being Kudjo Adwell. And the address was there so they can file a dispute. They have a dispute. There's the registered mail receipts that were sent to them. And with it, sent their law enforcement oath of honor from the International Association of Chiefs of Police website that states, "On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution, my community, and the agency I serve." And then we also sent them the law enforcement oath of ethics, right, which reads, "As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the community, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all, and will behave in a manner that does not bring discredit to me or to my agency. I will maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed, both in the personal and official life, I will be exemplary in obeying the law and the regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature, or that is confided to me in my official capacity, will be kept ever secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, political beliefs, aspirations, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and the relentless persecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuity. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith. I accept it as a public trust, to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of the police service. I will never engage in acts of corruption or bribery, nor will I condone such acts by other police officers. I will cooperate with all legal authorized agencies and representatives in the pursuit of justice. I know that I alone am responsible for my own standard of professional performance, and will take every reasonable opportunity to enhance and improve my level of knowledge and competence. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement." So put them all on notice, waited my 15 days. When 15 days was up, then it was on.
Why do you have a license when you sell nationality cards? And you said people don't need that, because if you get that, you in contract, you're giving up your birthright, and you're now in contract with the quote-unquote democracy, and you're not living in the quote-unquote republic. What's going on?
The line that says signature, I have all rights reserved, and then I have the straw signature over that, because I know how to live within contracts.
What's going on? That's what I want to know. I don't got too much to say because this clip was self-explanatory. Him and his Moors and his temple, like you heard him, he said 99, which means 100 of them have their licenses, their passports, all the legal documentation that the government tells you you need to have when you need to do things. He says he has them.
The line that says signature, I have all rights reserved, and then I have the straw signature over that, because I know how to live within contracts.
Now, prior to me, what made me even do that, go on that level, was I got stopped with suspended license, plate expired. All I had was the right to travel paperwork in the glove, right? Was on the highway, pulled up behind me, bunch of plates, suspended license automatically. He's excited because he's got a claim. So come over now. Comes to the window, license registration. Sorry, don't have license and registration. I'm Moorish American. I do have a nationality card. Here you go. I do have right to travel paperwork. Here you go. Paperwork. What's this? I never seen this before. Blah. Goes to the car, checks the stuff. Calls supervisor, comes back. Okay. You need to go down there or whatever. You need to get you off public highway. Got to do that. Well, you have this, allodial title and all this stuff, and if you're private, then we can't deal with you on the public highway. We're gonna have to deal with you in a private, whatever. Okay, this is the first, so shuts the highway down. Lets me exit. We go park up in the parking lot. Comes out the car. You know what I mean? Sorry, we didn't mean to, try to stop you from exercising your right or whatever like that. But it's something that we've never seen before. We've heard of things or whatever, but we've never seen anything like this before. We just need you to break this down to us. This was OPP, which is provincial. So this is like state trooper level, right? Equivalent to what the Moors are dealing with. So state trooper guy comes out. He's really interested. You know what I mean? Like, you really want to know what this is about. I called my supervisor, they don't know. Called the superintendent, they don't know. Called, put it across the radio, we don't know what the hell this is. You need to explain this to us so we know what it is in case we encounter this again. How to deal with it or whatever. Don't worry, we don't have any case against you. You're not being charged with anything. Blah, blah, blah. So, we're explaining to them all the stuff about, right to travel, rights. We're Moors, we're not black people, blah, blah. All these cars start pulling up. There'll be like 3 cars there, including the one that stopped. And then, this is in the parking lot of like a little convenience store. So now you have the little crowd gathering around, because a black guy and these officers, something must be about to go down. But they're not doing nothing. They're not searching this car. They're not, they're just having a conversation or whatever. All these people gathered around. So they realized what it was when in the meantime, everybody else who's there, they're like passing the paperwork around, reading it, like pointing at stuff, and eyes like this or whatever like that. Guys have their shades, lifting their shades up, like, yo, you read what that said or whatever. Like I'm talking to this guy, but I'm using the inner ear, listening to other conversations. So one of the Europeans comes over, bald, shades, the chip shades. If you see yourself with their shades, you can't see their eyes or whatever. These are, cocky. I don't know what this is. I heard about this with, sovereign citizens, and those people shouldn't be allowed to whatever. So I said, where are you from? Like, what do you mean where I'm from? I'm Canadian or whatever. I know. Where are you from? Because you're European. Like, well, I'm Scottish. Like, they're like, Would you let somebody call you white person? Like, no way, I would never be called a white person. No, I'm Scotland, that's where my ancestors are from. I mean, like, I respect my ancestors, so I would want to be called Scottish. Exactly. Same way, I don't want to be called black. I want more. I want to be called Moorish American. I want to be called Aboriginal and Indigenous because that's my culture. And my ancestors are from this land. I never came over here as a slave. For that, all the secondary people jumped in their car, took off. The one that stopped me went back to the car, came back to me with a pink slip, said, give this to the driver and tell the driver that his license is suspended.
He says him and his people in his temple, his mosque, whatever the fuck he called it, they have their papers in order. But him and his people constantly come on the internet and tell you, you don't need that. And if you have that, you a slave, you stupid, you pseudo, you a nigga, you black, you colored. Come on now.
You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing to hold you to them giving you a ticket and saying, listen, you gotta be here at this day because we have your license, we know where you live, blah, 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 blah. We have all your information because we have your license that you've input in the system. So me, from another perspective, like for instance, I'm telling you, I would give someone this perspective. If you don't have the license, then you're in a better position than someone who already has a license because now you're in a position where they have nothing to use against you. Right. So, like for instance, the Highway Traffic Act is a contract. What binds you to the contract, what binds an individual to the contract is the license. If you don't have the license, then you're not bound to the contract. So if you were going to get yourself into a situation where you need to defend yourself, they can't provide the license. They can't provide the license that says you are bound to this contract. So that's another perspective to look at.
Because I never got an actual driver's license, but being pulled over and they ticketed me or just tried to sue me, they automatically just issued me one. Like, you know, they just gave me a number. So
see what I'm saying? Because they need that.
Yeah. So now when I went to the tribunal and they're like, well, what's your driver's license number? Well, I don't have a driver's license. I never applied for one. They said, well, you have a driver's license number. So they went to their computer and they check it out and they can't find a picture of me. Yeah. There's no picture.
You know what? And that's no picture.
And they're like, well, you know that you could get in trouble for bullshit.
Well, listen, that proves the point that they need it. They need the license. So if you're in a position to not ever have gotten the license, now there's nothing binding you to the Highway Traffic Act. So now, in my position, it'd be very hard for them to proceed if they pull it up and there's no picture of me. You see what I'm saying? Who's to say this is the right individual? Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
For me, what I know now, and that's what I tried to tell my son. If I know what I know now, I would never have it.
You never got a license.
I never do no commerce. I just travel to work and back and here and there.
Exactly. I don't want to sound redundant, but if you don't have a license, there's nothing binding you to the Highway Traffic Act. Right?
Let's be serious. When he had to fill out that paperwork, do you think he put Moorish American? Or do you think he checked black? Let me ask that question again. When he had to go fill out his paperwork, him and his Moors in his temple, which he said all of them got their rightful documentation. The stuff they tell you you don't need, they have. When they had to go fill all that out, do you honestly think that they was, when the box said check your race, they didn't check black? Come on, man. And he uses his real name. He tells y'all gotta proclaim your nationality and you gotta change your name. Because your birth name, that's when your birth certificate that your parents gave you, that's a legal fiction. But he has his birth certificate and he uses his, what he say? Straw man. His straw man name. When it's time to fill out his documents, he uses his straw man name.
The line that says signature, I have all rights reserved, and then I have the straw signature over that. Because I know how to live within contracts.
The name he tells you not to use. Use your Bay L or L Bay. Bay L. Or El Bay. Bula 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 El Bay.
Faith was founded by this man, Noble Drew Ali, in 1913. Its main belief is that they are African Americans descended from North African Muslims, known as the Moors.
He tells you to put that down on your paperwork. Got you getting stopped by the police. Got you getting thrown in jail. He ain't going to jail. Ask him how many times he went to jail for this Moorish shit. Ask him how many times he went to jail for this Moorish shit. Or people in his temple. His inner circle. How many times? These niggas never get in trouble, never in conflict with the law.
Then the head crown, Nancy Kriegers, tries to pass the case at that point, at the end of it, to somebody else. And that person must have said no, because in the end, Nancy had to do it. So it's just funny what's going on. Anyways, Justice Clement, in his closing submission, he stated that the peace officer, the mercenary, Lambie, had no right to arrest me because I did provide a proper piece of ID. The judge further stated that Officer Lambie was blinded by misinformation he obtained off YouTube about free men on the land movement. I mean, you could watch the video, he still made that statement, and then he seen my ID and still proceeded with what he did. And he stated, if a peace officer asks for a driver's license and an individual does not have one, the peace officer must ask for an alternate ID, piece of ID. And according to Justice Clement, and according to case laws is other cases that have been ruled on, an ID must only have the name and address, domicile, on it. Nothing more, nothing less. So in other words, my temple card, which has my picture on it with my domicile, my complexion, everything's on it. Everything's on it. Was more than enough. So on that basis alone, everything got thrown out. And we know, I sent in, you guys know I sent in the writs, I'm pretty sure. Justice Clemens knows, what I stood on. And I ordered the transcript of his closing statement so he could get exactly what he said. And, if you need to, I'll get you copies, just holler at me. But pretty much, that was the end of it. After it all started in November 1st, 2013. And we're in 2015 now. I want to touch on something in regards to just dealing with this system, this beast. Because it's a system. And we've seen what happened again. I'm bringing it up because this is the freshest thing and the most heinous of things that we heard most recently done by these mercenaries with Sandra Bland, with the murder of her, when they murdered her. A lot of people have a lot of things to say in regards to her conduct and his conduct and what happened behind those jail bars. And we could only speculate. Like I said, she's not here to say her piece, so at the end of the day, we could only speculate, But one thing we could try to understand is that it's not a game with them, right? With that being said, we need to learn how to conduct ourselves in a proper manner. What I mean by proper manner is you need to be confident in where you stand. And if you don't know, one, knowledge yourself and the civics of the lands that you dwell on, you are susceptible to getting harassed, abused, or killed, everything. And it doesn't matter what color you are. You know, it doesn't matter what color you are. Status is another thing, but color as they put it, race, doesn't matter. Status is another thing. You know, so Sandra did the right thing. She knew the right stuff. She knew her rights. But again, like I mentioned before in other interviews, that it was the emotional aspect that failed her. You know, it was the emotional aspect that failed her. Because as strong as she was outside of those jail walls, we don't know how she was behind it, you know, because that's a whole different world there. So we just need to learn to compose ourselves, and that comes with confidence, you know. Like, it's like anything that you do as an athlete. There's a practice, like you need to study the craft. You need to study, like you have to study civics. There's no if, and, or buts about it. Yeah, you can get a lawyer, keep working your ass off to pay off lawyers. I ain't getting you nowhere, because you're still going to get abused, no matter who your lawyer is. But if you present yourself, and you know your stuff, and you know yourself, nobody's going to bother with you. Why would they? Why would they? It's cost effective. In my case, like, anytime these guys try to go, like, I know exactly where they stand, because they're corporations. So they have, like, Nancy Krieger, she's the head crown, which means she's the manager. She's gonna have to answer to why this particular case, which I'm pretty sure they set aside a certain amount of money for, exceeded that. And that's how you beat them. Paperwork upon paperwork. Told you we casting spells. But anyways, thank you for tuning in and following me through this. And as you can see, more science, civics, Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, and the ones that came before him, the people, the women and children, man them, we win. It's just the beginning. Islam.